Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 506th edition of Invest Data Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, I'll say that global market, as we speak, are looking southward after what we call a bloody Friday last week. That trend has continued this morning at this hour in different domains in US, in China, or Asia, call it, or in Europe. Germany or UK call it, we are seeing that most of this market are what on the southward direction. No sell-off I hit this market in a special way as we speak, as a lot of what fear of global recession. But I will tell you that when the market kind of had such experience or witness what we call 2008 or 2009 or 7 meltdown, we know the reason why it was meltdown. It was a financial market collapse from Lehman Brothers. Then also we saw when the market also plunged like this. When we have COVID-19, where there was lockdown nearly across the globe, different domain was down, no fly was going. That crop business now is another trade war effect. And don't forget that the first 4 years of Trump, before coming back now, there was also this trade war between China and the US, and that was not to this extent. But I'll tell you that what has happened now is a blow, no fear of war, trade war. But I'll tell you that this trend is going to turn a lot of things. Some economy will be made, while some will be mad. I will tell you why I say so. Some of the companies that are operating international companies that have branches or kind of operation in other domain apart from where their state of origin or where the parent company is cited. I will tell you that those companies will be kind of a mixed reaction to this, because where you have different market for different products, but it's also going to open a new market for some also countries that also will look inward and see. And that is why the power of policy, monetary policy, and the fiscal policy will play a role in major economy now. And that is why most investors or traders in the market to take advantage of this pullback to buy into value. Yes, we have seen that the oil price have hit 4 years low. Generally, now it's trading around the $63.82 as we speak now. Fine, this is good, but how long? But you need to look at which sector also rebound easily. But I tell you that yes, the style, the leadership side of Trump. Trump is a leader that want to bully everybody, but I believe that the trend we are seeing now, can see that China have reacted already back. Also, we are seeing that Europe also planning also to retaliate back also again. But that is that every of this domain or these nations or this zone that are trying to reality also have to look inward. What are they going to do different from what they've done before? But I also tell you that the US that have initiated this that trigger this war or this economic panic now, that have lead toward sell-off in different market, not only in US. US have suffered sell-offs in January, but as we speak now, that is extended to many market now. Even when funds have left US market, we are seeing that panic because of fear of global recession have kind of grab other kind of grab other markets or other domain now. But I believe that the market will come out of it, economy will come out of it, but it's a matter of time. That is why, as a trader investor, there's always a sign you see in the market will tell you whether you should trade or not. And that is why our today's topic is more of what how to identify trade ideas, using a corporate earnings, and also price action, which is a chart report or chart pattern. You must pay attention to, because I tell you, when they saw it first of all in 2008, when we have a economic meltdown, market economic will pull back for investors or traders that were designed at them know when to look into the market, and when the market rebound, it will stand back to rebound. It's time for what where I call transfer of wealth. That trend is coming now. But we don't need to panic, because I tell you that different market or different economy or different zone or domain has what is working for them, and not the same kind of momentum that market is pulling back in US or other mature market that we're seeing in some emerging market. That's why you must trade with strategy now. That's why you must identify trade opportunity, because funds continue to move around. Yes, I believe that both monetary policy in different domains, we have to think twice and not just like how can we revive our economy, how can we support our economy to bounce back. That's why this time it's not because US high rate, Germany want to high rate. You want to look at because there's a trend a threat to all of the economy now. That means the economic managers in different domains have to sit down and look at what how can we keep our economy running. Yes, before now, know that international trade is what help different economy to expand because we also see that nobody is an island of its own. There's an international component of trade, policy, and anything. But now that the way it's going now, we're seeing that yes, everybody's looking inward now to see what it has advantage of and how we're going to open new market, how it's going to expand it. And that means I believe that it's a time for most economic managers to look inward and rethink how they can work better their economy. And that is why investors and traders also take advantage of it because as prices are coming down, great companies, value companies are emerging where you can take advantage of it. But you must look at how far is it going to go down, also where is it coming from. That's why I always tell people that in any chart you are looking at or looking at corporate action or corporate numbers, you need to understand that where is the company coming from. What is the future? Because policy as it will also impacting different sector or different industry, you must pay attention. And also what is psychology of the people? Are they now the market is prime? Are they selling that we're seeing pullback? If not, we are seeing that yes, market is reacting to what is happening globally in your domain. You need to also think to that good sector will rebound faster if we start seeing to that because I believe that the market, the global economy go this way, US also have to rethink their policy because they want that means they need to come to that table again and discuss because the way it's going, US also suffer for it. That means I believe that every investor in this platform now or this is going on wherever you are, the market you are trading, if you are trading Nigeria from US, also you are trading US market, you know to look at what is it going. Recession is knocking at the door of US even before now. We have seen since January that data that are coming there are looking at yes, things are not working right, even when they try to patch it. But yes, they want to save money. You can see that all the policies have changed there, but you need to also look at your own policy as a trader because we are in this market to make money. Also, I tell you that stock market is a leading indicator. That's why we are seeing market coming down. It tells that what the economy is going to face in a short period, but it won't last. Also, market economy will start looking up. Market will also rebound. What do you mean that you must pay attention? Which sector will lead what the rebound? Now that we're seeing a pullback, which sector also will act as what? As defensive. I'll tell you, no matter the situation, there's an industry, there's a sector that even what is happening, they are a bit stable. Also, there are individual stock that has that defensive nature because of either their share in issue, the number of share issue, their share holding structure, and also the stock is not much available in the market. They tell you that where can you play defense at this time? It's also very, very important as a trader or investor. Paying attention to the market is very, very key. You must know what you are doing in the market at any given time so you to know exactly what to do as a trader. That is why it is very, very important to know that yes, this is the time to me to plug in or the time I want to hold cash, the time also to take profit. Yes, we are seeing that most of this market, as mentioned US because it's almost the same trend we are seeing in US, in Europe, and also in Asia. Africa is not left behind. African market, as you speak now, is also in that certain movement. I can see that NGS also are pulled back this morning, opening in the red. Trying to break out the last strong support level we have seen. We want to watch the market, but the good thing is that we have seen impressive earnings that comes from this market, even an advanced market, and also, but because of fear, I'll tell you, fund is very, very key. We are seeing that funds are leaving most of the market, but going for other market. But now, because of the fear of general global recession, you can see that there's people watching where to move. That's why we also apply wisdom in your market, in your trading plan, strategy or your following board. I will use the fundamentals to pick some stock that will be in your watch list. Why that of technical will help you to know when to plug in and also when to take profit. Yet even at this bad market, the opportunity that you have to do, you need to take profit, but don't just sell the stock out of panic. But if you see that factors that are seen that even when the market rebound, and also you see that the capital that invested there is not what you need now, you also to apply wisdom in jumping out of your position. It's very, very important that I put this in before us because most people after jumping out of your position, you also be complaining that yes, you are out, whereas the market has remained in the up direction or market are rebound, and now you are buying at a higher cost. What you do, you must invest with knowledge. It's the time that you must pay attention to what is happening in the market. Yet we have seen that yes, most of the stocks are pulling back. Yes, pulling back, yes, it's a trend, and when you see that it's a general trend, you don't just go overboard because you want to take all that. You must watch how will I invest intelligently and also invest wisely because I'll tell you no matter how the bad market is, there are some companies that also will have a positive attraction on the strength of their number, on the strength of their corporate action, on the strength of also government policy or expectation for what will happen in that industry. That is why you must invest intelligently, using your fundamental and your technical at any given time. And that is why today to identify more trade ideas. We must combine these two, and that's why when this class is ongoing now, we want to look at the market data as we speak. After we have seen what is happening globally, what is different companies. I see that the banks in this market economy have been hit by this panic, and also crude oil price pulling back to below 4 years, as I said, it's also a plus for a short term because it's going to rebound. Those that are trading in the commodity market will create opportunity for them to also to dive into it. And also, I'll tell you what is happening in the physical market. We want to watch. Is it going to be policy direction that the monetary policy of central banks for this war going to start increasing rate at this time? Are they going to put their economy to a ground? We want to see, are they going to cut rate? Are they going to hold? They're also going to play out in the market between now and the end of this second quarter, which is the first half of the year. For I believe that the investors should navigate this market with knowledge, not with panicking, so that it will not just jump at the store, we are jumping in at a higher cost. Know what to do right now, and that's why this life is on. I will continue this, even on Wednesday, to want to guide what we should do as well as investor or trader. But first of all, look at what is the market data as we speak now. As we speak now, I tell you that NGS is also down by 319.28 basic point, representing about 0.3%. That means it's down. But I tell you that this is to reflect the strength of the market. But I also see that the market rate is weak. When I mean big, is also negative right away. We're having 8 gainers and also just 8 gainers and 28 losers. I see that panicking is already in the market, and I'll tell you that this is because of what is happening globally. But our market is different from that. I'll tell you why. The rate of foreign fund in our market is very low compared to other markets. But gradually, if this value I see in our market continue, we're going to see them coming back. That's why we must pay attention what you use the word to identify more trade idea and how you go about it. But I believe that as the market is trading about 105,000. 996.44. Yes, it's almost heading to break down that no support level. But I'll tell you that until market breakout, this support level here, if you are you're watching, you can see where this is strong support level. This is a resistance that stopped support level, but market are broken it down already to this level again. You can see for me, this is the new level until also market will be able to take it away. Let's have a market go up. But if market will not touch 100,000 mark and rebound, that would be nice. I mean, market will buy anymore for now. Unless when there will be a lot of panic, if market break down the 100,000 mark and go down. But if not, whatever we are seeing between above 100,000 and above, that the market is still very, very strong to very no possibility of rebounding, because I tell you most of the high cap stocks that are pushed our index here are still stable, and we're seeing some of them also coming up now because of what the position we're seeing that some high cap stocks payout has also supported their price in terms of dividend, and that will also continue in a short term. But the pullback in the market is not what to send panic for those that are investing with knowledge, but rather great companies are being reviewed, value companies are being reviewed to investors to pay attention to that. That is how to invest, especially a sector that that here government policy expectation also will drive their price, and at the same time, as all eyes are still on their Q1 number, and that Q1 number will give you the strength of these companies in this year, starting from 2025 financial year. You have seen how companies have grown their quarterly quarter in result in 2024, and at the end of the year, you saw most of them posting impressive earnings and even higher payout. Yet, if you can see the market around, I tell you that that's also revealing the value we are saying. Now that we're all in already in 2025, the first quarter of the year have ended in March 31st. Now, all eyes are what on this Q number or this Q1 number. If this number comes and you see that the trend that we saw in 2024 is maintained by beating what they did in 2024 first quarter, that actually said that this year, and also don't forget that we're seeing the economic data in Nigeria, they're looking a bit better. You might abuse many things that yes, because of rebates or like I always say, but I'll tell you that any economy has to change, because if the structure of the economy is changing, you have to also factor in that change to work to help you to make analysis and also to guide you in knowing what the economy is doing. And for that, if you see the inflation figure remaining point on the sectoral movement, I see that yes, that will also trigger also see another rate hold or a kind of a cut, because I tell you, if we are seeing positive inflation figure looking south, we are not expect to see another hike. If it happened in the month of March, we'll see also in April and that of May that I don't see anything like a hike. Rather, I can see another hold or kind of adjustment or kind of a rate cut, how you call it. But I believe that investors should not panic at this kind of market we are seeing. Rather, target those companies that has value, and we also are seeing that things are also looking up in the company, because of their corporate action, the number they posted, hold your position and take advantage of the pullback to accumulate more for those. Now that's why since the market has different phase, also you must know that different phase and follow it effectively to know what to do. Yes, in identifying trader, trade idea, or if I go that, let's look at the companies that are the top gainers for today. Like I told you that the market rate is negative and we're seeing the market is down, what I've told you, by almost 0.3. But looking at those stocks that are leading the gainers at this hour, no, I say there are eight no at the gainers chart, but the top five as a speaker, I tell you that the VFD group is also leading with 10% gain, followed by low cap stock, NSL, no tech also by 10%, followed by Total, Gain Insurance, and also International Energy. These are the five top gainers as we speak right away. But you can see that we have only just one high cap stocks in terms of price, or no highly priced stock. No, I can see now I have high price stock, then I see others are mainly what medium and also low cap stock there. But if you look at the top losers, yes, at this hour, I can tell you that we are seeing the life of yes, you can see that low cap stock or medium cap also that dominating. ROT Briscoe is leading there with 10% down, followed by Suno Assurance also about 9.9% down. Owando has crossed below the 40 naira mark, down to 38 now, down by 9.52% in the red. Prestige Assurance also at the world at 88 kobo, and also you can see that that communication is also in that league. But for me, I believe that all these are opportunities for us to pay attention to store the house value. Yes, for those that are traders, because I tell you, you need to also trade with caution. Yes, the life of Owando crossing 40 naira is a good one for investors to also traders to look at, but you need to also look at what let all eyes see their Q1 number is very, very important, because that is what will guide you to know exactly what to do. Like I said, for you to know how to pick more trade ideas now, you need to look at the company earnings. Those earnings are very, very important. We have seen impressive one for full year 2021. And I'll say that every fundamental analysis we are seeing is more for the past. And if we have seen company posted, you know, look at which industry are they coming from, which are the leaders in that company, what number are they posted, and also don't forget that for you to hold a position, it is the earnings that will compare with whether to hold or not. Because if you're a long-term investor, but for we traders, you need to look at volume and price, and also what is the resistance and the support level, and also what is the sentiment in that is fun entering that stock or leaving. These are the key things you should know. It will help you to know to identify more trade opportunities now. Now that we have seen all the results, only few are yet to be what I'll tell you, majority of the companies that had December year end have released their audited account. Now that we have seen these numbers, what is the next step? Yes, we look at industry by industry, sector by sector. We look at the leaders and numbers that are emanating from them. Those numbers, are they positive? What is the corporate action? When is their closure date, verification date? You need to help use all this one to work for traders. As I said, you use your fundamental for your stock to watch, your what we call a watch list, and also why to jump in and chart is very, very important. And also chart will tell you what is happening. You don't need to know what is happening in US or Nigeria. Let's look at the chart. Like I know that something happened. Looking at this candlestick for today, this is the chart we're looking at. I can see that it's already telling you market is somehow right now, because we have seen that this red candlestick is as big, almost they're getting to like this. There are things that, but others are tiny, kind of side trending or consolidating. But if you take your what we call it, if you take your, for example, now I want to draw something here. If you take this line here from here to this level, keep it there, come up again, say okay, this is the peak here, and say from here, okay, take here. This gives you it will tell you that this market is also consolidating and also side trending at the same time. But now, like I said, when market is consolidating, it's either a breakout or what, or a fake out. Now, this will tell that once the market break out, this line, the line up here, call it also a channel. But this channel is call a rectangular channel, not like a a bullish channel or a bearish channel. Tell that this is sort of a consolidated state of the market. This general market I'm talking about, this is the Ocean Index chart. If I can see that here, the market is breaking out, that is an uptrend, that's a breakout. But market is within this world, this line, the up and bottom line, and this is called consolidation stage we are seeing now. When market break out this one, now that will confirm another stronger lower low. But if market also, yes, market is also high and also, but let's keep our finger crossed and watch the market today. I'll tell you that there's no need of panicking. We have seen all the numbers. and also the corporate actions ahead. As we are seeing more also company paying, I see that there's improvement in payment. That also provide liquidity for more for the company, for those who want to reinvest this money back to the market. Not only that, you must pay attention to looking at your money flow index to see if fund is entering the market or not. And that is why I need to call up all these charts now before we look at the one that are leading the top two or top three of the red and up and down to see their chart. But first of all, let's look at the let's call other indicators that will help us to make decision at this point. And don't forget what I told you on how to identify more trade ideas using the word using corporate action that I said must look at the corporate action, looking at the earnings there and the release date, and that will help. And also why the earnings is very, very important. You need to know the sector the company is operating, what is favoring them as government policy, what the strength of the numbers are, which are the leaders in that sector, either a price, a payout, look at it and see if the earnings will be sustained. And that is why I say first quarter number is very, very important. If you see that the trend will be sustained and also seeing the Q1 also confirming it, that is that is very important. That is the value is being reviewed. Great companies are being given birth on the exchange because of the pullback we're seeing. And for me, the numbers have improved and most of them have good their payout. That tells you that there is something in the market. And also, why for the chart, you must pay attention what I do now, support at resistance level to know the value area of the market. And that of each stock also or their price action to see whether there will be a breakout or not. No, we must also look at the volume and the momentum behind those stock. And we must pay attention to whether fund is under that stock or the market generally under that stock. Because in any market, if the market is coming down, there are few stocks going up because of fund is entering them. But I believe that you should pay also attention that you must look at your money flow index or money flow line to see whether fund is entering or fund is leaving. These are the things that you must pay attention to anytime you are trading. And this is how to identify also more trade ideas. But why the chart is very, very important for you, because it will give you an insight what is happening, and at the same time tell you whether fund is leaving the market or fund is entering. You will also know exactly what is happening in the market. It's very, very good that you understand this market, so that when others are panicking, you are taking advantage of what of their panicking also to buy into value. And when the market look the other way and they are all coming back, you are already in those trade. And also what's waiting for you not to come, and you also be selling to them in profit, and also you'll be smiling to the bank. That's how you yes, I've just drawn the chart now. You can see that if you look at the market now, flat just marginally below the T line on here, which also tells you that it's also below the resistance line. You can see it here. But also you can see that MACD for the day is also giving a sign after recovering, crossing the signal line to become bullish. Now it's already giving a sign that it's also pulling back. You can see it here looking at this for example. Let me like here so that you can see what you can understand what I mean here. Yeah, you can see it here that the blue was already coming down. Once it crosses that is one to confirm. Also, you can also see little number here now. You can see that marginally can see also that, so it's also looking down little bit. That's a sign. And also you can see also the index action. Then you can see that it's below the T line. You can see it here. That's why it's good to look at it, using to zoom it up so that you understand what also will mean at a particular time. As a trader or investor, you must understand all this, how it works. These are the but good thing is that even when the market is pulling back, you can see that we are seeing fund entering the market, this hour for a day. You can see it here. But quickly look at what is 1 hour saying on the general market before we look at those stocks that are at the peak, and those that are also at the the top ones. And if you look at on the 1 hour chart, you can see that that the market is also telling that market is weak. You can see that it's below the T line. The last 2 hours, you can see that the market is also moving down, but volume is relatively low, and one market is bearish, and money flow is also at the what we call over sold region. Like I said, value is really the market. You need to pay attention to know when to dive in. And I tell you that as we speak now, that institutional investors are also not taking action, but analyzing this numbers you have seen so far with all eyes fixed on the Q1 or expected Q1. That could see that when they start launching, you see that fund come back to the market. Yes, fund is not much, but relatively we're seeing a fund is stable. But if you are seeing that fund money flow is above 50, say that yes, but on 1 hour I can see that it's around 26, which is also below 30, which also for me it's not a bad one because of the nature of the market now. But that not send panic to you, rather you buy into value with what you are seeing. That is how to trade or invest. Yes, we move to other time frame. Let's look at quickly. Or say 1 hour time frame. Let's look at 30 minutes time frame, because with this time frame it will help you to also know how long this cross. So that's why you must look at a month time frame, which is the highest you can see here now, to see the peak of this stock, where it's coming from. You will see, and where the lower price was. So that it will help you to know where, if you are waiting to see the strong support level to launch, to launch or to jump into buy the dip proper. You need to understand that. So that's why you use different time frame also to know the state of the stock or the market, to see exactly what is happening. This is for also for the, we're still on the what, on the index, but let's quickly look at 1 hour, a month chart for the market. It will not give us insight. You can see a month chart where it's coming. Say that the month chart market is still above the T9, relatively strong on the long time frame. Yes, but the fund is also going down around the 53. So they can see that also MACD also have performed a bearish situation here. You can see it here. But I'll tell you that the money flow there, that sorry, the like that market is still because it's above the trend line. Whenever I say the market above, that is market is like having at what, at a support level, but when Chile is having as a resistance, time is above the index action. You can see for me the market is not totally out, but I'll tell you, until market, when the market break out the 100,000 mark, that is where we'll see yes, the market is also in a really bad position. As speak now, we still have no confidence that market can go before it take away 4,000 to come to to 100 and break it down. But let's watch. I believe that before the end of this month, we're going to see, and also those stocks that have in the sector that because of what is happening, that is fear, panic, and pullback, that is where we also play. And once this the global leaders able to solve, I tell you that what is happening now, I'll tell you that we will rethink in US, and that also. But now that other zone and other domain are trying also to roll out their regulation also policy, that is that this will continue. But I tell you, many economy will be made while some will be mad. But you need to look at who country will take advantage. That's why, for me, in Nigeria, if our policy managers or economy managers can look inward and see that next time not to look at attract foreign investors, how the economy also will be running, for you to use the economy to boost your people and let them be stable. You need to have good policy, monetary policy, fiscal policy to support the economic recovery. That will attract investors, and also that will also create wealth for Nigeria, and the all this will oil the whole system. We need to that policy managers need to pay attention to what is happening globally, and also look at our own policy. How can we use also to kind of make the economy more conducive? We are seeing positive data that are coming. But quick one before our time, but after time fast spend, let's look at what is the momentum behind these stocks that are at the top gainers. We need to look at it. What is the momentum behind them? Is this stock that you should look at? Yes, if there are stocks that you should look at, quickly just jump into them and see what you can do with those stocks. For example, now let's look at what is the momentum behind the the F F V VFD. Let's see the momentum that is behind that stock, so that you can take action and also run with it to see, is it because of the bonus you are taking, is it because of the dividend, is it because of their fundamental, or is it because of their future expectation? These are the things when you said you must use your fundamental to take those decisions, so that at the end of the day, you're able to arrive at a good position to know what you are doing. Or are you going for total because of 4 naira, 40 naira dividend? You need to also pay attention to all this. But these are the things that will support the market. When you see all these high cap stocks coming back because of their either their dividend payout or the result they posted, that would be a plus. You can see that VLD is a newly listed company, and we're looking at a month chart. You can see that it's still looking up on the T line. This is a month chart. Fund is just entering to it, but we want to look at. Let's come to a 1 hour chart for the stock to see, give us what the stock is doing in 1 hour. Once it's good, you can see in 1 hour, you can see the stock that is also up there, as we speak now, it's almost around there, 62 naira, right here, with 62 naira 70 kobo. You can see the position of the stock. MACD is there. MACD is also, you can see that volume is there already. You can see for me, it's a good one. Money flow is almost 196. These are the things you look at. You come back to look at your a day chart. Yes, the market is still early in the morning, but you can see that MACD is positive. Money flow is almost 100 here. Money flow is down. So for me, negative one we are looking at. Look at MACD, but very positive, and money flow. But let's quickly look at the total before I call it a day, because my time is fast spent. Even I exceeded time by almost 5 minutes because I want to explain all this. That's why I'm still talking about. Let's quickly conclude with this total PSC now. Total energy. Still waiting for the chart to load. So let me take total again. Yes, you can see total energy now. You can see the price now, right? So as to speak, you can see where it has gone up this morning. Almost we can see that it has gone this it did that you can see that gone up there, pulling back now as we speak. I mean, people are taking advantage of to sell off and take profit from what they make. But those that are not waiting for what are not waiting for the dividend. You can see that this one has gone ahead almost 700, but as we speak now, the stock has also pulled back. People are already taking profit on the stock. That's why live chart is very, very important to help you also guide your investment decision. For me, the stock is still a good one for the sector report. Let's believe that as we look to the market, this is the first week of the week. As we think how the market close, more insight will also be given in the next session by Wednesday by God bless. On this note, I'll say thank you. See you on Wednesday. Bye. No,